Hi there and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make this mixed media piece. I am working on an 8 by 10 canvas and I'm using satin medium to adhere the jelly prints to the background. I'm going to be using a similar technique in my last video that I used to kind of push these colors of the jelly prints a little bit more into the background with a basic wash on top. So I'm going to put a little link to the video up in the corner here so you can see it if you're interested. But basically what I'm doing is just creating the first layer of papers, putting it down with the satin medium. I do like using the satin medium because it is very good at keeping the papers down and kind of stopping them from buckling, especially if I put a layer on top, which I usually do. So I'm using some titanium white and just putting like a thin layer wash on top. I want to still be able to see the papers, but not as bright as the colors are when I first put them down. So I did 2 layers of this. I did let it dry in between. I used a little hair dryer. See my hot pink hair dryer right there. Drying it in between the layers really helps create a nice barrier. So these are the inks that I'm going to be using today. I wanted to try to use some different materials than I usually use and just see what shows up. So this is just white titanium ink and it really is nice and fluid, so easily creates drips. And then today I'm also going to be using the sepia color from Daler Rowney. That's what this is. I'm just using the tip of it, kind of like a pencil, drawing a circular object. I kind of had it in my mind to make a wreath. So just playing with a little water with the inks, and I realized I did use a lot of ink, so there's very dark colors and kind of a lot of liquid on top. So just I'm trying to remove a little bit without taking it all off. And this process is fun because it's a lot of trying it out and then editing it and then trying out some more. So this color is from Amsterdam. It's called Warm Gray, which I really love. Just kind of adds a nice tone. And then there's the fluorescent pink from Golden. It's a liquid acrylic. So I'm just moving the colors around, kind of trying to create something a little bit more earthy looking and not completely perfect. I like the lines that the inks create, and when they dry, they always kind of leave a really nice effect. So I'm using some of the Caran crayons in this as well. This is just pink, and then I'm also using an orange color and just kind of filling in some areas. The great thing I love about the Caran crayons is you put them down as heavy or as light as you like, and then add a little water, and they become watercolors. So they're great to use when you want to blend some colors or just add a touch without getting your watercolor set out. So here's another thing you can do, just kind of draw on them, add a little water, and I'm adding some splatters to the background using that technique. So this is the orange color that I'm using. Kind of makes it glow a little bit, which I love. And just kind of editing, seeing what areas I like and what areas I want to add some more to. So these are some stamps that I stamped on some heavy paper. It was 140-pound paper and just made some fodder. And I'm just adding them to the wreath. I cut them out pretty close. And just kind of having fun creating a little bit of a scene here. Using the satin medium to put them down and putting a little layer on top as well. Now I'm going in with my Posca paint marker. I love these. These are a great way to kind of add marks at the end. And this is actually a Sharpie acrylic pen, which they are delightful, these little pens, because they have a really fine tip and nice colors, and they work really well. So they're a great alternative to the Posca paint pens. Just adding some marks, some fun little doodads. This is one of my favorite parts of creating is the mark making at the end. I just feel like it kind of brings everything together, makes it feel a little more cohesive. So now I'm going in with some stamps. This is a cursive stamp, and I'm using the black StazOn ink. And I kind of messed up on the first one, which makes it difficult because that StazOn really does stay on, but kind of added to the character of the piece. So I just went back in, did another stamp. And I had to pull up the canvas because the frame was kind of preventing the stamp from really sitting on the canvas. So just playing with some stamps, having fun, creating a little depth to the wreath. Not really thinking too much about it, just kind of enjoying the process. And that's it. It didn't really take too long to do this, and I just love how the background came out. It's kind of pushed to the back, but you can still see the papers below and all the little details I added. So I hope you enjoyed following along today. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, you can check out another one just like it right here, and I hope to see you again soon.